slammed by summer storms.
We've never seen anything like this, nothing even close.
Which area has declared a state of emergency as communities across the parkland grapple with the aftermath. Also tonight, ridership and revenue recede.
More walking distance between stops. You have to wait a lot longer.
How much of a financial shortfall Winnipeg Transit is facing and what's behind the falling ridership. Plus, desperate times and desperate crimes.
We were thinking it's going to be around that 20 grand that we're going to have to spend to fix it.
Why thieves may be targeting Manitoba farmers' irrigation equipment.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hendricks. Severe summer storms have left western Manitoba communities scrambling. The municipality of Minnetonka's Bozeman is under a state of emergency tonight. People there are dealing with flooded roads, power outages, and evacuations. CTV's Harrison Shin has more about the chaotic and stressful situation.
This road, gone. And first responders on their way to rescue people.
Lived here since 2000 and we've never seen anything like this, nothing even close.
Monday morning, the municipality of Minnetonka's Bozeman declared a state of emergency, and shortly after, a gas line ruptured, leading to a notice of evacuation for some residents.
Our crews can't get to that particular area to work on that gas leak, so they're going by helicopter into Swan River to shut off the gas line feed to that whole community, just for safety. And as soon as we can get in to address the situation in the town, we will.
And Minnetonka's is not the only Westman community hit hard. Verdun also experienced high wind that knocked out trees in the town's cemetery.
Our crews are still assessing the damage out there, and it was about 15 to 16 trees had fallen over and damaged a lot of the older headstones.
On Monday afternoon, Environment and Climate Change Canada issued a weather summary saying that Minnetonka's received 147 millimeters of rain, about 6 inches, double the average for June.
Getting 6 inches of rain in just a matter of hours, 2 months worth of rain, is quite significant. So, you know, something that you wouldn't see in at least 50 or maybe 100 years.
Fleming says his community has turned into a war zone.
The roads are washed out and it's crazy. We can't go east, we can't go west. Ford crossings are washed out, bridges are washed out. Yeah, it's quite a situation that we're in here.
Harrison Shin, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Winnipeg police have made an arrest in a suspicious death we first told you about last week. The body of 32-year-old Jamie Raymond Asham was found outside a home in the 700 block of Stella Avenue on May 30th. Investigators determined the death was a homicide. On Thursday, officers arrested a woman at a home in the 600 block of Pritchard Avenue. The following day, a second arrest was made at an apartment complex on Park East Drive. A 33-year-old man and a 40-year-old woman are both charged with second-degree murder and remain in custody. A 15-year-old girl is facing a number of charges tonight for allegedly stabbing a jogger in St. Vital. The man in his 40s was running along Abbotsford Crescent on Saturday night when he was randomly approached by two youth. Police say the teens initially asked for the time before threatening and then stabbing the man in the upper body. With the help of Air One, the tactical support team, and the K-9 unit, two suspects were tracked down and arrested. This man tells CTV News that police found one of them hiding in his backyard.
The police came around and just started chat with us and basically asked, can we look behind? And we were like, sure. And to our surprise, we found that the last suspect that they were looking for was behind our shed.
A 15-year-old girl has been charged with assault causing bodily harm, uttering threats, possession of a weapon, and failing to comply with an undertaking. She remains in custody. A 16-year-old boy was released without any charges. Bus ridership is declining in Winnipeg and is causing a financial crunch for the city. The city is now projecting an $18 million revenue shortfall this year. As CTV's Jeff Keel shows you, Transit believes the dwindling ridership can be traced back to a change at the federal level.
Brian Hunt is not taking the bus as much as he once did.
Because of the new the new service.
It's been nearly a year since Winnipeg Transit switched to that new transit network with the aim of being more efficient, frequent, and reliable. Hunt says it's been less convenient for him.
More walking distance between stops. You have to wait a lot longer. And they don't go where they used to go.
The 2026 budget predicted transit would face a revenue shortfall of $11.1 million due to declining ridership levels. Now, a first quarter finance report says the shortfall is forecasted at $18.4 million.
I mean, that's certainly a concern. Number of factors. Again, we did make the largest change to the transit network in generations.
Finance Committee Chair Jeff Brawadi says there are growing pains with the new system, but he says the city is making changes to improve service, and they continue to do so. He also says they need to attract new riders to the bus.
Well, I think we make the case that the transit is convenient, that it's fast, that it's safe. The new system will take more people to more places. I do believe in my heart of hearts.
I think it was definitely hard to get used to at first, but for me, I think it was more beneficial.
But Winnipeg Transit says ridership started to drop in late 2024, well before the network changes, when the federal government capped the number of international students and foreign workers who could live here. The city says that's the big reason numbers on board are declining. We know these demographics rely heavily on public transit. Safety has also been an issue. The city has hired safety officers to patrol buses. Police officers are too. And fare evasion continues to be a problem. From January to April, the community safety team reported more than 20,000 interactions with passengers that involved fare enforcement.
I still see people going on and not paying their fare. The odd time you see a bit of violence, but I haven't seen too much of that lately.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The report is predicting a $14 million shortfall. Now, it could be covered with cash from the city's rainy day fund. However, the city says they're facing other financial pressures, including fuel costs and snow and ice clearing expenses. A Montreal-based charity is calling on Canada's religious communities to unlock their idle land for affordable housing and community services. They call it the Winnipeg Declaration. Real Evans says there are 30,000 acres of land in Canada that are being held by religious communities. However, it says when land like this is sold, it's often at a loss, without considering the potential community impact. It wants that to change. The charity says idle church properties should be transformed into housing. However, it knows there are often zoning or other legal obstacles standing in the way.
Winnipeg's got a lot of heritage faith properties that are difficult to develop properties. So what can we do around being creative around the reimagination of what those properties could look like if they could accommodate housing?
The charity says municipal, provincial, and federal governments each have a distinct role to play. Now, this could include adjusting zoning and tax frameworks to offering longer-term financing for social purpose organizations. Time now for our first check on the weather, and at the moment it's 19 degrees and clear. The barometer is rising. Humidity is at 45%. Now, overnight it's going to actually get colder, 14 degrees and mainly clear. Your wake-up weather, 19 and mainly sunny.
Yeah, ran out screaming, what are you doing in my car?
A spike in theft. How much of an increase there's been this year in Catalytic converter thefts. Four years ago, the province introduced laws to crack down on catalytic converter thefts. But now one Winnipeg man believes the crime is on the rise once again after a rude awakening Monday morning. CTV's Daniel Halmerson reports.
Harvey Cheddar's had some hard luck lately. A few weeks ago, he and his wife were rear-ended driving on Henderson Highway.
They were going about 60, didn't even try to stop. We were at a red light.
Their Hyundai Accent was written off as a result. So on Friday, the couple brought home a brand new Mitsubishi RVR.
2026, it's got about 50 kilometers on it.
Cheddar says he was woken up early Monday morning by someone more than just admiring his new ride.
I heard the tap, tap, tapping of the hammer. And of course, my spidey senses were up by then. I ran out screaming, what are you doing in my car?
He says a man crawled out from underneath and threatened him with a hammer before taking off in a waiting vehicle.
I was outraged. I mean, how brazen they were. I mean, it's 5 a.m., it's completely light out.
Cheddar says the man was trying to steal the catalytic converter, which contains precious metals, from the SUV. In 2022, Winnipeg police alone clocked nearly 1,800 catalytic converter thefts. In response, the province introduced a Scrap Metal Act to help combat the crime. It also started an initiative where owners can get catalytic converters engraved with the vehicle identification number. By 2024, the number of thefts reported in Winnipeg plummeted significantly, but Cheddar thinks thefts are on the rise yet again after calling an auto body shop Monday.
They said they received about 10 calls in the last 30 days, and that was just one shop, obviously.
A police spokesperson tells CTV News there has been a, quote, anecdotal uptick in thefts again, but couldn't provide current numbers. However, they say the property crime unit is aware of recent reports and is in the process of investigating.
You're just trying to make your way in this world, and you got criminals stealing from you the moment you bring it home.
Daniel Homerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
There have been 162 catalytic converter thefts in Winnipeg reported to Manitoba Public Insurance between January and May of this year. Now, that nearly surpasses the reported thefts in 2024 and 2025 combined, which saw 85 and 89 claims, respectively. Well, with high fuel and fertilizer costs already squeezing farmers, some people in rural Manitoba are now facing another costly challenge: theft. Recent copper wire thefts are leaving some producers with damaged equipment and hefty repair bills.
We were thinking it's going to be around that 20 grand that we're going to have to spend to fix it.
Farmer Rachel Prodden is referring to her farm's pivot irrigation system and the copper wire which was stolen from it recently. The theft rendered it unusable. The damage hasn't stopped there. Prodden says that the copper wire in one of her corn planters was also stripped, completely destroying the equipment in the process. She was forced to buy a new machine, which cost around $50,000. In response to similar incidents, others in the region have already implemented extensive security measures to help prevent future theft.
Rural theft, it's a big thing, right? We depend on our tractors, our trucks, and our equipment for our livelihood. And when they disappear on us, it can really impact how we can do our job.
Now, as we mentioned, Manitoba brought in the Scrap Metal Act 4 years ago. It bans the sale of stripped metallic wire without proof of ownership. But Prodden says more needs to be done. In the meantime, she's offering $10,000 as a reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the thefts. 2 grade 12 students are making a creative and long-lasting impact in Winnipeg's Wildwood community. Zachary Zagalski and Rise Jassel were tasked with creating change within the community as part of an assignment. Now, to get a sense of what is important to Wildwood residents, they knocked on neighborhood doors and discovered traffic was a major concern, along with the deer population, which frequently crosses through it. So the pair came up with the idea of placing 50 lawn signs with the phrase, "Oh dear, watch out," throughout the area. They've now secured 3 permanent signs, which the city is going to be putting up at major intersections.
It's just like finding, gold.
Manitoba in the spotlight. How a local researcher is highlighted in an Emmy Award-winning documentary. And we'll have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Welcome back. Take a look at the clouds in our first picture this evening. It almost looks like blue fluorescent lighting has been set up in between these gray storm clouds. Now, this great picture was taken by John in Oak Brae. Thanks so much for sending it in. Now, look at the picture here, this sun shining behind a cloud. It was shot in Argyle by Carly, and I have to say, this picture could easily be on a poster or something. It's stunning. Thanks so much for sharing it with us. You can send us your pictures to winnipegweather@ctv.ca. Now, the sun that you saw in that last picture has been working overtime in our region over the past few days. It has been incredibly hot today. Our high was just 27 degrees, but on Sunday we hit 33, which is obviously very hot. Now, the good news is there is some relief in sight. However, tomorrow it is still going to be very warm. The high expected to hit 30 degrees. Now, even worse, there's a chance that we could see a severe storm hit our city with the possibility of a thunderstorm. Now, we could be seeing some substantial rainfall all across the south. There's going to be very strong wind gusts and even hail in some communities. Now, it's all because of a low that's forming over western North Dakota. There's a warm front associated with it that'll run from west to east, and as it slowly makes its way into Manitoba late tomorrow, well, that's when we're going to start seeing some of this very active and potentially severe weather develop. Now, right now, it looks as if it's going to be later in the afternoon when things really start to get going. Tuesday, obviously, going to be very dramatic. Wednesday and Thursday will be less so. However, as you can see, we're still expecting that there is going to be rain on both of those days. Now, lighter showers on Wednesday and rain shower on the day on Thursday. For now, let's take a look at the current temperatures across the province. University of Manitoba students and staff are celebrating a local researcher who was featured in an Emmy-winning documentary about the disappearing Greenland ice sheet.
When we opened these boxes, it was just like finding, gold or something better than gold.
The documentary follows U of M's Dorothy Dahl Jensen and other scientists as they analyze ice cores collected beneath Greenland during the Cold War and their accidental discovery the sheet has melted before. The film highlights how by looking 416,000 years into the past, scientists can predict what will happen in the future.
It's really, really exciting. It's always great when your work comes out to many people, but I also find it so fantastic that it's seen so popular that it can reach a broader audience, which is extremely important for us in science.
How much?
The film took 3 years to make, and in addition to an Emmy, it's also won the Environmental Filmmaking Award and was named Best Featured Documentary at the Raw Science Film Festival. You can watch The Memory of Darkness, Light and Ice on a number of streaming platforms, including YouTube.
Was that with hunter sauce and demon sauce?
Is AI coming for fast food jobs? How the technology is being tested and what it could mean for the future. Would you like fries with that? Well, that is something that you could soon be asked by an artificial intelligence and not a human, as fast food companies look to overhaul the drive-through experience. Elizabeth Schultz reports.
Yeah, I'd like to place an order.
This morning, the days of ordering from a real-life person in the drive-through lane.
Where's your manager?
Look, I am the manager. Could soon be in the rearview mirror, all thanks to AI.
McDonald's is using AI to run their drive-thrus?
McDonald's revealing it's testing Arch IQ, a Google-powered AI ordering system at 5 of its U.S. drive-through locations.
Welcome back, David.
A McDonald's franchise owner sharing this video of the technology on display last week at the company's worldwide conference.
Can I have the Huntrix meal? Was that with hunter sauce and demon sauce? Yes.
The chatbot, nicknamed Archie, taking orders in English and Spanish. McDonald's CEO saying it's 90% accurate, and writing in a memo, the Golden Arches is launching a new strategy as more of the customer journey becomes automated.
You are literally automating a task that was taken by a person. The stated goal that companies use when they use this is to free up an employee's time to do something else.
Where did the butter come from? McDonald's shelved a previous test of automated drive-thrus in 2024 after videos of incorrect orders went viral.
9 sweet teas. 9! I did not ask for this.
Taco Bell and Wendy's now also launching their own automated drive-thru systems as fast food companies double down on AI.
You can imagine a future where no orders at McDonald's are actually taken by a human being.
Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News.
What started as a pest problem in their home turned into a wild adventure for one Vancouver couple. And as CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you, it's now inspired a new passion for saving squirrels.
When she looks back at pictures of her old home, little Woo will never forget that day she heard something weird in the walls.
Scurrying, and we're like, oh no, we have a rat problem.
So she and her partner Shane turned a box into a trap, placed it in front of the fireplace, and waited.
And then all of a sudden we heard a scream. We got it, slammed the door.
They carried the box to this nearby park and prepared to set the rat free.
Oh, it's a squirrel. Oh, hey, buddy.
It was, concern about what we might find to absolute joy.
But instead of running away, the baby squirrel stayed absolutely still.
So we were just trying to brainstorm, what do we do with this baby squirrel?
Little Woo and Shane agreed the squirrel needed its mom. But when they brought the baby back home, she didn't return for him.
Well, we were trying to come up with sounds like... I was like, we don't really know. We don't know.
So they found a recording of an actual squirrel's cry online, placed the baby on the ground, and played it. Less than a minute later,
we were shocked because
the mom appeared on the fence before racing to the ground to investigate.
It was testing, to see if there's something a little bit off, suspicious.
Then she moved close, scooped him up. The mom and baby reunited.
And I was like very choked up. Like I felt a sense of awe that this actually worked.
But this, it turns out, was just the beginning.
It was like a deja vu.
Over the next few days, they heard more scurrying and found way more squirrels in their fireplace.
Felt like a portal from another dimension full of squirrels. It was like one after another, they kept coming.
But this time, little Woo and Shane cared for them before driving them to an animal rescue. And once the babies were old enough, the whole family was released into the wild, leaving these humans feeling a deep affinity with squirrels.
So we'll always remember the time that the squirrels came through the portal and decided to give us the gift of being able to connect with them in that way.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
We're thrilled to come back here to our home, to a proper archival facility.
Back where it all began, why the archives had to leave, and what's been changed since they've been gone. And we'll have your 7-day Skywatch forecast when we return.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Several days of rain likely to come over the next little bit. However, the weekend is actually looking quite nice. The City of Winnipeg Archives holds a treasure trove of pictures, maps, and documents from the earliest days of our city. Soon, the agency tasked with preserving our past will have a new building to hold it all in. And today, we got our first look inside. Our cameras were invited inside for a look at the new home of the City of Winnipeg Archives. It's the Carnegie Library on William Avenue. Built between 1903 and 1905, the building was Winnipeg's first purpose-built library. It became the second most accessed library in all of Canada. It was also the former home of the Archives, but it was forced to relocate in 2013 due to rainstorm damage. Now the historic building is almost ready to reopen.
We're thrilled to come back here to our home, to a proper archival facility. This is the first time in our history where we will have a purpose-built archival facility that will protect the records in a temperature and humidity controlled vault, to make them available to the public in new and accessible ways, and also to connect people to their history.
The renovation of the Archives building is expected to be complete next year. And that's going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Thanks so much for watching, and good night.